Oh, you know, you got a radio in the background and stuff that's going off.
It's I turned it down.
Okay. Yeah, what's up, Anthony? And I wanted to call you, man. You know what you say, what's the big old deal with the people?
What's the big old deal with the people? First and foremost, let me say this, though, before we get off into the conversation, right?
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're trying to type in NTN and Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same here at TNN, Trap News Network. Start getting news you can use. Start getting Legito. You're not finna get nobody's called Legito, big dog. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell here. All tap in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network? It's that news you can use. It's knowledge you're not finna get nobody's college, big dog. We got Young and Hefe talking to Cartoon about why he's no longer associating himself, and he's setting the record straight about his affiliations with the 5-Tray Avalons. For those of you guys who don't know, Cartoon is a self-proclaimed, well, once upon a time, self-proclaimed overlord of the 5-Tray Avalon gangster Crips, and he has since recently decided to, you know what, I'm gonna put this to the side. I don't think this is what I want to represent no more. This is not what I want to commit my life to, and he's kind of changed his ways and all that. So with that all being said, finish exactly what's going on with Cartoon by way of Young and Hefe. Let's get into it without no further ado. Let's get into it. Let's
go. Like I said in my video, you feel me? I wasn't coming for you or coming at you or none of that. You feel me? You've been doing it for a long time, so you know any.
I didn't even take it like that, homie. I didn't even take it like that. In fact, I like the video.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because, like, you know, people like myself and you, like, I ain't gonna lie, I dealt with that same adversity. You feel me? I'm a homie that just exactly the stuff you was explaining in your video, bro. Like, every time I was out on the streets, bro, you know, I handled business, bro, to where it kept me off the streets, to where the police always wanted to keep me in jail. You know what I'm saying? I had the same arresting officer like over 10 different times. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of times I was in jail, you feel me? I never called. You feel me? I never called the homies, never asked the homies for anything like that, you feel me? But I had like a little situation a few months back where, you know, some of the homies that was in jail, you know, it felt like people wasn't looking out for them and stuff like that. And, you know, they in crime, they in jail for crimes that has to do with the set and stuff like that. And I had to like tell them dudes, like, look, man, check it out. I'm not about to even go back and forth with you about who got more work. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say this, bro. I did more jail time than you, if not as much as you did, homie. And I ain't never called the streets to ask nobody for anything or felt.
And that's crazy how the streets work, because Young and Hefe is making a point. It's unfortunate, but you can do everything for the name of the hood, the name of the set. But when you go to jail, you go to jail. The hood don't go to jail with you. The set don't go to jail with you. So you have to stand on those decisions that you made, because ultimately you did it for the set, but you still did it. So no matter what your reasoning is for doing it, the fact of the matter is you did it. You did it for the homies. You did it for the set. You did it for the respect. You did it for this. You did it for that. It doesn't matter, because you still did it.
Like nobody owed me anything. You feel me? I'm saying, like, I just got it out the bud. You feel me? Because from the beginning, like when I first entered this, even though I was an adolescent, I still thought I had an understanding that it was a full-time job and I had to make my own pay. You know what I'm saying? But that was just something I wanted to share, and, you know, I'm going to let you know, get into what you want to speak about.
No, I understand, homie. Like when you said it, like for me, like when all the time I was doing time, I've had homies that cried about homies not sending them nothing. I ain't never been one of them. I ain't never like expected the homies send me nothing when I was in YA or prison. You know what I'm saying? I got it how I got it. But like what I was saying in my video is about like, after, you know, you get homies that do a whole lot of time and got out and wasn't nothing there for them. But now, I wasn't even, when I got out this time, I wasn't expecting the homies to give me nothing, because every time I get out, they ain't never gave me nothing. But the reason why I had brought it up in the video is when I put the video out there, the real reason why I left the set. And the real reason why I left the set, I just want the world to know and understand, is because God put a calling on my life, homie. He talked to me one night, and I heard him, and I felt it in my heart and in my soul. And I was like, you know what, God? I got more years in back of me than I have in front of me. And the few years I have left, I'm going to live them for you.
For sure.
And
now that's very admirable. That's very admirable. You know, you realize that you got more time behind you than you got in front of you. What's your mark going to be on this world? What's the last thing you're going to leave on this earth? It's going to be gangbanging. It's going to be cripping. It's going to be the 5-Tray Avalons. It's going to be death and destruction to your own people by way of genocide and programming of one's mind and think that you got to go against your brother. or are you going to do something a little bit better and put yourself in a situation where you can, you know, be an influence and be something that's celebrated and loved?
And so it wasn't because I felt my set it turned their back on me, or felt my set it did this and this. But now, in the haste of me telling my video, I got emotional and I let my emotions get away from me, and I started speaking on stuff that was in my heart and in my mind about the turf, which I never should have did, because, you know what I'm saying, anybody been watching my YouTube for years know I don't air dirty laundry, and I do not talk about street stuff and do all that stuff. So for me to do it then, you know what I'm saying, like I told the homie, yeah, I was wrong, but my emotions got away from me and I got on the road and I went to talking. It's just like when I was speaking on, you know what I'm saying, all the exploits that I did for the turf. I did a lot of them, homie. I did a lot of them. But yeah, true enough, I felt my homies, they was kind of mad about me making it seem like we didn't have other homies that did nothing, and that's a lie. I had a lot of homies. You know, I had a lot of homies that really put in for the turf. We got homies that's on death row for the turf. We got homies that's doing life for the turf. We got homies that gave their life up for the turf. And so
But listen to what you have to give up to do it for the turf, man. Death row, doing life. You have to throw away everything that is you to do it for the turf. Like, nigga, hell no.
Cannot take that sacrifice from them and make it seem like it was just me doing it all. It was just me expounding on what I did do over abundantly. But yeah, never let it be said that we didn't have other riders for the turf, because we did. Like you mentioned, the homie Snoop. Snoop was a stone down. But the thing is, a lot of homies felt like I put myself on a pedestal. You got to understand, I'm 61 years old. A lot of stuff I did was back in the day, and the majority, and the 90%.
Boom, 61 years old, and they're still expecting him to perform and act like he's 18. Bro, he's 61 years old. What do you want from this man?
95% of the dudes that's running around 5 Trey right now, they don't know about that. They weren't even around. You know, when I got out of prison, I didn't know 90% of these homies was boo-boo and this and that. And, you know, I got in and talked to them about that. But, like on the one clip when I was talking about, you know, the homies being over there on Main, and you know, I had to get out, get cracking.
Yeah.
And the homie brought it to my attention. It made it seem like I was saying that happened this time. No, homie, that was something that happened way back in 1981, 82.
No, but anybody with sense, not to cut you off, anybody with sense would know that you wasn't talking about recently. Anybody like with common sense, and not to like throw no jabs at anybody, but anybody with common sense to know that you was talking about in your time of game bang.
But you know what? I had a lot of homies from the set that seen the video, and they thought I was talking about now. And you know, so I had to let them know, no, homie, this happened back in 81, 82 when I got out of YA, way back then, before they was even thought of.
That just shows that people are looking for problems and people are looking for issues, because why would you think that he's talking about anything from right now at this man's age of 61?
You know, I had to straighten that out. And some of the things that I did have in my heart with the homies, I come up in a whole different era. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the gang banging that I came up in is totally different from the gang banging up today. And it kind of threw me off, because it would be like little stuff that would happen in the set that I felt should have been taken care of a certain type way. And it wasn't, and I didn't understand it, because I didn't know how to, you know, I didn't know how to bang the way they bang today. You know, I come up in the eras of the big monsters, the crazy
for sure, exactly. That's your generation, for sure.
Yeah, these dudes I ran with, Big Trey Ball and all of them. We used to kick it on 71st and Normie every day like it was like clockwork, you know?
Most definitely. And right, because I had been seeing your video, right? So I was like, okay, boom. I didn't have a time to react to it, but you know, just right off the back, you know, you is like an elder homie that I got respect for. So I'm like, you know, let me tap into, you know, the homie video and see what he talking about. You know, what made him, what helped him or made him make his transition and put it on the internet. So I just happened to, you know, pull up on some homies. You know, I don't need to say their names and that. Like, I happened to pull up on some homies from Avalon. I'm like, man, you know, y'all seen the thing on Tune. You know how y'all feel about Tune. You feel me? In the little segment. So, you know, one of the homies, he was kind of like, man, you know, man, like I just feel, he shouldn't have said, like basically did nobody have more work than him, and that's where kind of like the little Snoop thing came in at, because he was like, I know Toon, but he had been in jail a lot, but he like, I'm a homie that been from the, like, Toon been around longer than me, but he like, I've been from Avalon since like the 90s, and he like me come.
So it becomes now like, I don't want to say a competition, but now it's like kind of a bravado thing, like who's a bigger Crip or who's a more respected Crip, or whatever the case may be. It's kind of just turned into this whole like little thing between the two of them.
He was like, like how Toon talking, he like, man, Snoop was that nigga for me. You feel me? I'm saying, and I ain't gonna lie, this is what I kind of hate about social media, right? That when I be running into people, a lot of people be wanting me to do stuff on, how they feel. Not saying that's what the homie from Avalon was on, but like a lot of people be like, oh man, hey, you should have said this or go say this. And I mean, like with some people, I'd be like, man, y'all need to make a channel, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
go make a channel and tell me exactly how you feel about the situation. You ain't gotta go nowhere but it today. You feel me?
Yeah, and when I seen your video today about that, I was like, you know what? It wasn't that, I guess they was feeling malicious. It was just about, they was speaking on what they knew. Like they was talking about like the Snoop. Snoop was out a lot in the 90s. And that's one homie right there that his cripping was impeccable, homie. You can't take none from it. The homie was a 1,000,000% rider. You know what I'm saying?
You too.
But a lot of the dudes that's running around today, they was out there with him to see that. And so like I say, back in the 80s, they weren't around to see what I did, so they really don't know about it. I'm not mad at them for feeling that type of way, because they just don't know.
Exactly.
And I had, but now the few older, like the homie, it's no more than about 5 or 6 dudes that's left from my generation, homie, that was around, back in the late 70s and 80s when we was doing our thing. So, if they didn't know, they didn't know. But far be it for me to even like throw any shade toward the turf. I love them. I'ma always love them cats, even though.
So I don't think Toon was trying to disrespect his neighborhood at all. I think that he was just giving his lived experience and why he doesn't think that this is the most productive way for him to spend his time moving forward.
I transitioned over to something bigger and better, I feel. I gave my life to that turf, homie. So and it was my family, and so I can't, a lot of them felt like, well, dang, man, the homie turned his back on us. Nah, I ain't turned my back on y'all, homie. I just doing something a little different. I still love y'all. I know, I know the heart that a lot of the homies had. Cause like I say, if I did 40 years in prison and the turf's still there, even bigger, somebody was doing something,
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so I just had to straighten that a little bit out. I understood where they ire was coming from by me putting myself on a pedestal and like what nobody else doing nothing. Nah, it was a lot of them doing something, homie. But like I say, when I went to talking about it, my video
got passionate, because shit,
I got passionate,
yeah,
homie.
most definitely. I already know, bro.
Yeah,
And that's what I say.
By right, that video should have stayed with just about me going to God, and that was it. But a little bit came out, a little bit more, and next thing I know, I'm ranting and raving. I'm ranting and raving. I ain't gonna leave. You know what? To tell you the stone down truth, when I put the video up and it came up on YouTube, and I looked at it again for myself, I looked at my wife. I said, "Baby," she said, "Babe, what's up?" I said, "It's gonna be some people mad about this."
Yeah, for sure.
I knew it, because I knew it was coming.
For sure. Like, regardless of what you do, somebody gonna feel some type of way. Regardless if you didn't even say all that, you. All
right, man, I'm gonna let y'all catch the rest of this on Young and Half-Face channel, but we up out here to the next one. Y'all know the deal. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. It's free avenue industry. It's free. We go. Wait. 60 bands on my name.
How many shots to the center of a freak, nigga? 3 in his ass, lick his stomach, smell his pink, nigga. They throwing shots, time to see if them pussy niggas can take it. The nigga whack is a snitch and the jolly niggas are raiders. See, Lush was on to something, tried to act like it was nothing. Said you ain't know that freaky ass taker you was frontin'. Munchie ain't fucking with you and Spider-Loc ain't gon' save you. If you want it, you gon' take it. Stop the freaky ass behaviors. Let's get straight to the point, see we ain't gotta wait for later. Nigga with your last name kidnapped that girl before he raped her. Said the moms of gang members don't deserve no piece of prayers. When General Butt naked, the kid Tesher is your savior. You ain't gotta stall me out, cause I ain't asking for no favors. Get it cracking right now, we ain't gotta wait for later. Walked into your own building, heard my voice and then you ducked away. Was humble like a bitch, cause you a hoe, stay in your fucking place. That nigga whack and slut and pathetic, Flacco's a fucking lame. Whack ain't come outside because he hiding from his fucking gang. Talking like you tough when niggas spitting in your fucking face. T-Row didn't quit, we wouldn't even know your fucking name. Whack in front of Adam, but Adam is how he do you. See, Flacco lied on me and then Whack told me to sue you. Treated Whack like a bitch, you should've seen it, it was beautiful. Now every single week that nigga jolly on my pupil. Is it Fred or is it Frederick? Is it Dave or is it David? All thighs on me. Flock a belly, now you famous. Type of creep nigga is you. How are you and Dave related? Nigga, no means no. You should've told him not to take it. I'm really in the field, you niggas stuck inside the matrix. From BET to the Knicks, down in Compton where your face is. That nigga real jolly got some freaky ass cases. Tryna fake fight Lush cause Adam wanted you to face. You wanna be like academics, making videos like point and shoot. You and Dave the same ass lame. We know the fucking truth. Brick ain't say this shit is a play, cause he don't fuck with you. He not gon' get involved when them real shooters come for you. If you grew up in the land, them thirsties, they would've humbled you. Grew up with them lions, I promise they would've hunted you. I get disrespectful, the next time I'ma punish you. You dirty fat bitch, I swear to God I see the bum in you. Niggas say they shooters till it's time to bring them guns out. Loose can't read and Whack lost his wife to Clubhouse. Treat Whack like a bitch, mark him out before he snitch again. Flacco, when I see you, I'ma show you the type of bitch you is. Niggas say they see me, they pullin' blick out. I promise that this Glock can make you sit down. Drum with a cooler, one for you, one for your brother. Wrap the string around the mop, sound like your dumb ass when you stutter. Swear to God, nigga.
Hear me out though, right? Wait, pause. Wait, bro, wait. Again, wait though. Just right though, right? Wait though, right? I do want to